Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive? Today we're tackling a question that I think is on a lot of our minds. How are people actually using AI out there in the real world?
Yeah, it's a great question. There's so much hype, so many headlines, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement. The first things that jumps is that only 6.1% of US companies are currently using AI.
6.1%, huh? Lower than I would have guessed with all the buzz.
Well, to really use AI effectively, you need the right infrastructure, the right talent, and you need to train your workforce. And all of that requires a significant investment that not every company is ready to make just yet.
Makes sense. I mean, AI is still pretty new in the grand scheme of things.
But where it is being used, the impact seems pretty significant. The report highlights productivity boosts of up to 30%.
30%? That could really transform entire industries.
Yeah, potentially massive shifts in efficiency and output.
Okay, so maybe not widespread just yet, but powerful where it's happening. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about what people are actually doing with AI. We've got this fascinating data from Anthropic looking at how folks are interacting with Claude AI. So, what are the top use cases they uncovered?
All right. Well, after analyzing millions of conversations with Claude, some clear patterns emerged, and the most common use case by far is web and mobile app development.
Really?
Yeah, it's over 10% of all the requests. I think this really underscores the fact that we're still in the early stages of AI adoption. I mean, developers, they make up a relatively small percentage of the overall workforce. So to see this concentration on development tasks suggests that there's a huge untapped potential for AI applications across all sorts of other sectors.
Yeah, I see. Your point is like we're laying the foundation, building the tools that will then be used to, revolutionize everything.
Exactly.
Okay. But I got to admit, what I find really fascinating are some of the less common, more niche uses that popped up in the Anthropic data.
Oh yeah, there are some really interesting ones.
Dream interpretation. Analyzing soccer matches, it seems like people are getting incredibly creative with how they're using AI.
It really speaks to the flexibility of AI as a tool. You can mold it to fit all sorts of needs and interests.
It makes you wonder, though, are there optimal ways to use this technology, right? Just because we can use AI for anything doesn't necessarily mean we should.
Absolutely. That's a crucial point. There's a researcher, Ethan Moloch, who's done some great work in this area, and he suggests that AI is at its best when it's used for what he calls non-technical tasks.
Non-technical? What does that mean exactly?
Things like brainstorming ideas, coming up with new concepts or supporting experts in their work.
So it's like AI can help us think outside the box, or maybe do the heavy lifting on certain tasks, so that the experts can focus on the big picture stuff.
Exactly. And what's great about that approach is that the experts, they can leverage AI's capabilities while staying in control to catch any errors.
Right. So it's not about replacing human expertise, but augmenting it.
Precisely. Malek also cautions against using AI for things like learning brand new concepts or tasks where accuracy is critical, and mistakes can have serious consequences.
I think that's a really important point to consider, especially for companies planning large-scale AI integrations. Understanding when not to use AI could be the key to a successful rollout.
An important question for all of us is, if AI is at its most effective when it's used to amplify human expertise, what are the skills and knowledge that will be most valuable in a world where AI plays an increasingly prominent role?
That's something worth pondering for sure. As we continue exploring this uncharted territory, I think it's crucial to be both excited about the possibilities and aware of the potential challenges.
Agreed.
Thanks for joining us today. It's definitely a conversation worth continuing, so let us know your thoughts.